Y'all, I'm getting cotton mouth talking so much. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla and welcome to my little corner of the internet where we talk all things thrillers. I'm so excited to have you here because today we are author ranking all of the books that I have read so far by Lisa Jewell, and I am so excited because I love Lisa Jewell. There are a few books that aren't my favorite, but most of her books, I've loved them. So let's get right into it. So I have only read 6 books from Lisa Jewell so far, but I've loved most of them. But coming in at number 6 is going to be Invisible Girl. This one has been my least favorite because I feel like it had a lot going on that didn't need, it was unnecessary. A lot of these characters, in my opinion, were unnecessary. But Invisible Girl is about Owen, the Forrest family, and Sapphire. So Owen is just down on his luck. He's down bad. He just recently got let go from his job as a teacher because he was accused of sexual assault. He wasn't let go. He was put on temporary leave. So he lives with his aunt in his basement. He's kind of basically a loser. He's like a loner. So Owen lives next door to the Forrest family. The Forrest family is Kate and Rowan, I think. Kate and Rowan. Rowan is a psychologist, and that brings in our next character, who is Sapphire, who is a young teenager who is a patient of Rowan. Yeah, y'all, it's a lot. So Rowan is Sapphire's psychologist, and he ultimately ends their sessions because he's like, well, I really can't do anything else for you. And so Sapphire kind of develops an obsession and really just starts stalking him, and she wants to be in his presence because she doesn't want their sessions to be over. So she starts stalking them, the Forrest family, and then she ends up going missing on Valentine's nights, and everyone thinks it's Owen that has something to do with it because he was the last one to see Sapphire. So now all of these characters are intertwined because they're trying to figure out where Sapphire is. Is it Owen that has something to do with it? Is it the Forrest family? Is it the wife, the son? It's a lot of confusing things, but to be honest, I don't even remember the end right now. No, I remember what happened, but it wasn't like mind-blowing. So I think Lisa Jewell's Invisible Girl is going to be ranked number 6, and I think I gave it a 3 or 3.5. No, I'm pretty sure I gave it a 3-star. I didn't check my Goodreads, but that is number 6 on the list of Lisa Jewell's books. Coming in at number 5 is The Night She Disappeared by Lisa Jewell, obviously. And this one wasn't bad, it just wasn't my favorite. It kind of felt like a young adult book. It felt really, maybe because the characters were young adults, I don't know, but it wasn't bad. It was very suspenseful. It kept me on my toes the whole time. I didn't know what was going on. But The Night She Disappeared is about Tallulah and Zach, both 19, who disappear after a date night that starts at a pub and takes an unmarried couple to a country estate in England. And it's been a year later, and Tallulah's mom still has no idea what happened to Tallulah and Zach. And Tallulah and Zach had a baby, and now Tallulah's mom, Kim, is watching the baby. And like I said, a year later, we still don't know what's going on. So there is a new investigation that's going on, and they're trying to figure out where are Tallulah and Zach, what happened to them. Are these friends that the party that they went to, are they involved? Did Zach do something to Tallulah? Did Tallulah just run off? Like it's a huge suspenseful mystery, and when you come to the end, you're like, whoa, like I wasn't expecting it. So it's a quick read, it's a good read, but it's not Lisa Jewell's best one. Okay, so coming in at number 4 is I Found You by Lisa Jewell. And this is such a great story. Lisa Jewell did such a great job with this book, and I initially gave it a 3.75. And that's only because I listened to it on audiobook, and I think the multiple POV and dual timelines was a lot to keep up with in the car because I listened to all my audiobooks in the car. But now that I go back and like I'm reviewing this book, I'm like, man, this is actually a really good book. So I'm upgrading from 3.75 to 4 stars because this was a really good book. Okay, so I Found You is about 2 women, the first one named Alice and the second one named Lily. So Alice walks out her house one day in countryside England, and she sees a man sitting outside of her house on the beach, and he has no recollection of why he's there, who he is. He doesn't know how he got there, and he knows nothing, you guys. And she's like, should I take him in? And against her better judgment, she does take this man in. She has no idea who this man is, and she takes him in. Now Lily, on the other hand, is from Ukraine, but she or I don't know if it said Ukraine, but it said some Eastern European country, and the accent on the audiobook sounded like Ukraine or Russia. But Lily is newly married, and her husband fails to come home one day from work, and so she's kind of nervous because he's on a routine. Like he comes home every day at 5:30 and he doesn't show up, and she's in this new country by herself. She barely speaks the language, and so she decides to call the police, and the police tell her, like, your husband does not exist. Like, I don't know who this man is. They do a search and they don't know who he is. So we're trying to figure out how these two women's lives intertwine. Is the man that washed up on shore Lily's husband, or is it somebody else? And it's just a crazy ride going through the story of these two women and how it all intertwines together. And so I highly recommend you pick up this book and check it out. Coming in at number 3 is None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. This came out in 2023, so last year, and it was all over the internet. So I read this book and I really liked it, but I wish I could have given it 5 stars, but the ending just I needed a little bit more from the ending. But None of This Is True is about Josie and Alex. Alex is a true crime podcaster, and Josie and Alex actually share the same birthday, and they met each other out on a night celebrating their birthday. And Josie's like, Alex, I want to be on your podcast because I'm going through life-changing events and I want to document it. And Alex is like, okay, let's do it. And once Josie starts telling her story, things take a sinister turn, and Josie and Alex is like, what in the world did I sign myself up for? So it is a crazy, twisted story, and you have to read it till the end to figure out, is any of this true? I don't know who to believe. I don't know what's going on. So this was a good book. It was like the book of the summer, and I really enjoyed it. So this is number 3 for my author ranking of Lisa Jewell. Okay, we are getting higher on the list, and y'all, coming in at number 2 is Watching You by Lisa Jewell. I love this book. I think I read this in 2022, and I devoured this book. It'll keep you guessing literally until the last page, and I didn't see it coming. Honestly, I didn't see it coming, and I love to try to guess what's going on, and when I figure it out before, like when it happens, I'm like, oh, but this, I didn't guess it. So here's what it's about. The synopsis says, Melville Heights is one of the nicest neighborhoods in Bristol, England. It's not usually the sort of place where people are murdered in their own kitchens. But it is the sort of place where everyone has a secret and prying eyes lurk behind every curtain. So who has been murdered, and who would have wanted one of their neighbors dead? Watching You will keep you guessing until the startling revelation at the very last page. Y'all, I don't even want to go into more details. Just go get this book. It was really good. It's Lisa Jewell does a lot of multiple POVs and dual timelines, and I think this is where I really started loving multiple POVs. I love hearing the story getting told from all characters, so you should definitely check this one out. I really enjoyed it. I think I gave it 4.5 stars. Y'all, I'm getting cotton mouth talking so much. Okay, and so now my favorite book by Lisa Jewell so far is And Then She Was Gone. Y'all, this was such a heart-wrenching book. It was so sad. I mean, it wasn't a book that I cried in. Like, it's still a suspenseful thriller book, but y'all, it was such a good story. So the book is about Ellie Mack, and she's getting ready for her final exams. It's about to be summer vacation, and then one day she's just gone. Poof, she's gone. And the police think she just ran away. They don't think there is any foul play involved at all. And so 10 years go by and her case is cold. They think she ran away. They don't know what happened to her. Now, it's been 10 years since Ellie was last seen, and so her mom since then it took a toll on her mom's relationship with her other 2 children. It took a toll on her marriage, so they got divorced, and it's been 10 years, and so it's just Laurel by herself trying to figure out what happened to her daughter. And then one day she meets this handsome man in a cafe, and they start flirting. You know, she's been divorced for 7 years now, and she's like, you know what, maybe I can kind of move on with my life. And she meets this man, and they start developing a relationship, and then he has a daughter named Poppy, and Poppy eerily looks like Ellie. And so this just ignites a fire in Laurel, and she's like, I need to figure out what happened to my daughter. I know she didn't just run away. She's 15. She was getting ready for summer. I need to figure out what happened. So we are going on a wild adventure trying to figure out what happened to Ellie. Was it her family involved? Was it a friend? And why does this young child, why does she remind her so much like Ellie. So it is such a good book. You definitely need to pick it up. I gave it 4.5 stars only because there was a lot of things that I kind of picked up in the book and I was like, oh, but it was still a great book. And I think it was more so foreshadowing, not like a badly written book. It was like, I want you to figure this out right now, but there's still a whole lot more story to tell. So you guys, you definitely need to check out Lisa Jewell's And Then She Was Gone. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you found some new recommendations. And if you guys want me to author rank any more authors, let me know. I've read a lot of Alice Feeney books. I've read Ruth Ware, Peter Swanson, John Mars, so let me know. And oh, and duh, we have to do Frida McFadden. She's like the queen of the popcorn thrillers. So definitely let me know. Have you ever read any of these books? Do you agree with my rankings? Let me know, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and see you in the next one.